All right, good afternoon and welcome to Entertainment Now on Spectrum Television. I hope you're having an amazing day today. It's Wednesday midweek, and I'm always advising as many people as possible to clap it down today. All that energy, you need to reduce it a little bit. Yes, it's good to be hardworking, it's good to put in the work, but some days try to balance it up, balance your life, and balance, all that you need for life to just keep living and not just to be existing. So as you're hustling for your daily ticket, I hope you're taking care of you. I hope you're hanging out with friends. I hope you're laughing as much as you can. I hope you're also paying attention to small gossip here and there because I mean, don't engage, but pay attention. It's a way of also loosening up on some of the hard things happening or going on in your life. Welcome once again to Entertainment Now. My name is Vera Philip. I am your host. For today, I have amazing gossips for you. I promise you're not ready for some of the stories that I have for you today. Some are bad news, some are good news. Some are just stories basically that are making the rounds on social media and, of course, taking the gossip space. We're going to start off this afternoon with actress Luda Dokubo. She doubles as a politician as well, and she's obviously a key administrator in Rivers State. She's one person who has been very vocal about the government, and she has, stated how displeased she is about some of the decisions that have been made by this present government. Of recent, she was seen in a video calling out the sole administrator of River State, Ibas, and saying that he is making extravagant. She was trying to imply that he's making extravagant, money or allocations with the money that is being budgeted for River State. It runs in trillions. So according to her, that is too much, and that he should not try to steal the money. Let's take a look at the video.
I want I want to share a story with all of us. My mother shared the story about two brothers and seven bananas. How they kept complaining about one being too small, the other one being too big, that they brought in an arbitrator to come and help them sort out the bananas. This arbitrator ended up eating all seven bananas and left the brothers with nothing. That was when it occurred to them that there was no need getting a third party to solve family problems. That is our story in Rivers State. What we have been witnessing since the arrival of this their sole administrator and the imposition of emergency, whatever it is not leadership. It is not governance. It is not even rulership. It is a brazen insult to the intelligence, dignity, and hopes of over 7 million River citizens. Their so-called administrator, Vice Admiral Debok, retired, whatever his name is, unveiled a jaw-dropping 1.48 trillion budget. Not a dime of that budget passed through any elected officer. No debates, no public input, no transparency. Just one man, handpicked and imposed, waved a pen and signed on a paper and called it our budget. A budget that was going to be like signing away billions of our common wealth, your wealth and mine. And what are we getting for it? 24 billion to install CCTV in government house. That government house built by Julius Berger with CCTV all over the place suddenly needs new CCTV. What happened to the CCTV that their sole administrator met there? Rats ate the wires, maybe. Or this soul CCTV is going to be scanning the soul of humanity and would know what the intentions of other people.
As Ella mentioned, Hilda Dokuba is one lady who has been very vocal about her stance when it comes to the present government and the decisions that the government have made concerning Nigeria. And most recently in Rivers State, she is just airing out thoughts at this moment. It's a 10 minute long video. However, we can give you a few minutes of it to put you in on what her thoughts are concerning the current sole administrator of Rivers State. We also know that there's been a conversation between the president and the governor of Rivers State for Siminalayi Fubara. And obviously, there is a conversation that he will be allowed to return to office as governor of Rivers State on the condition that he doesn't run for second term. We'll see how that turns out at the end of the day, but for now, we're moving on to other stories. Now, Messi Chinwo and Easy T's concepts have been dragging in court for a while now over, some money. And according to the situation, some statements were made by staff of Easy T Concepts. One of them being the managing director of Easy T Concepts, in the person of Nancy Nnadi. She's the managing director of Easy T's concept. She had made some statements about Messi Chimo, which she has now retracted. In a letter that she made available, she said, "We acknowledge and welcome the public retraction issued by Ms. Nancy Nandi, aka Coach Nancy, Managing Director of Easy Concepts Limited, regarding the defamatory statements previously made against Mr. Messi Chimo Blessed. The retraction issued in the spirit of accountability follows the civil and criminal actions initiated by our firm on behalf of Mr. Messi Chimo Blessed against Ms. Nancy Nandi in suit, respectively. We are pleased that the matter has been resolved with full compliance, including the deletion of the defamatory content and a formal public retraction." Minister Messi Chimo responded to this development with humility and, of course, grace in the spirit of love and forgiveness. We commend the professionalism of the legal representatives of both parties and are satisfied that this resolution brings the matter to a final closure. Of course, this also has been met with so much, diverse opinions on what could have made Nancy Nandi, who was very vocal during the time of the issues between EZT concept and messaging, including GDK, what will make her retract her statement that was made. In this place, we see that it's a significant development that, of course, marks the resolution of a highly publicized controversy. She retracted some of the defamatory messages or some of the defamatory words she made against the minister Mercy Cho. She made uh, a public message out, put out a public notice in order to settle this issue once and for all. She said that she took advice from her lawyer, and for the sake of peace and of the love of God, she retracts her earlier post about Minister Mercy Chinwo, as well as pray Almighty God to perfect the ongoing settlement by the fathers of faith between her and Easy Concepts. We're still seeing that the issue between Messaging and Easy Concepts is still on ground here in court currently, and we're going to see how this turns out for both Messaging and, of course, Easy T Concept. We had Very Dark Man at some point jump into the situation and trying to bring out evidences of what he said was Mercy Chimo's fault. He was also caught up in the crossfire of being taken to court. So now we are yet to see what happens or what the decisions are going to be made concerning this particular case. Away from that to something else on our list this afternoon, we have another story here that includes actress Iyabo Ojo. It's really sad that yesterday, the 8th of July, after actress Iyabo Ojo's office was gutted with fire. Now, she shared a video on a social media platform telling Nigerians of how, she was met with a call about how her office was burning down. Let's take a look at this drastic and, of course, very sad video. We also saw a situation with the daughter Priscilla Ojo, who had put in a post on social media talking about the letter that was being sent to the mother's office a day before this incident happened. And this letter, you can see someone says you put someone in trouble and you're out enjoying giving out your daughter in marriage, Abby. You can't escape in the next 3 months as we are out monitoring you. Watch out. We shall render that your daughter married useless and rubbish it with scatter, that your daughter will not enjoy her marriage. Maybe we are all there on that wedding day. Watch and see. Aggrieved group. So she says this message was sent to the mother a day before this fire incident. And then she goes ahead to read or to say, sadly, on the 24th of May, this letter was delivered to my mother's office, the same one that was engulfed in fire yesterday. Strictly speaking, it was a threat to life and a strategy to ruin JP 2025. Fortunately, she was en route to Tanzania for my wedding, which didn't give her the opportunity to read the threat letter till her return. We shall eventually detect the face of the delivery agent and show the public and the police at the right time, even though the more CCTV has been mounted both in her office and at home. The unfortunate incident of yesterday, that's 8th of the month, is their plan B, as their plan to ruin JP 2025 failed woefully. A close look and reading at the threat letter, it read in part that in the next 3 months they would be monitoring us, wandering an office my mother owned for 8 years. This is deep, while a lot of questions are begging for answers and investigations. So much has been happening that I can't even talk about here, but I just want to put it out here. You can't silence my mother with all of these threats and criminal acts. God is stronger than any evil, and time will surely tell. Have a wonderful day, everyone. This is sad because naturally, good things are supposed to happen to people, and the rest of the world will be excited and happy about them. But in the world where we are currently, there are people who are never excited about the good things happening in your life. I think this is also one knowledge that we should have at the back of our mind, that not everyone is super excited about the life that we have, about the accomplishment that we've made. Obviously, looking at Yabojo and her daughter, they have a wonderful love story that a lot of people would like to key into. These are people who are physically even trying to, threaten her, trying to do harm to her. What about people who are trying to do harm to them behind their backs? People will always come through with hatred, come through with wickedness towards you for being absolutely a blessing from God. But whatever the case is, I feel like Yabo John does have gone through so many hurdles and have been able to stand this tall because of how far and how much they've come across. So there's really nothing that anyone will do at this point that will break them, that will threaten the mom, that will drive her to hiding. She is a woman who has consciously stood behind and supported people who were in trouble. For example, Mobad. In Mobad's case, she stood 10 toes in that situation and tried to solve the problem. So these are people that somehow I feel like you can't threaten them into silence. There are people who will always do what they need to do for some jobs and of course from some people to have the love, favor, whatever it is that they need from the rest of the world. So I wish that somehow the CCTV cameras can, detect the person who delivered that message. Because somehow, even if the person might not be responsible for the fire, the very fact that you delivered that particular message across is giving suspicion. And I'm really sorry, you might just be caught in the crossfire. All right, moving on to another interesting story. And this one's about a family. Peter Okoye surprises his niece and nephew on their birthday. So, Peter Okoye's brother Paul Okoye and his ex-wife Anita have this twin together whose birthday was yesterday. And of course, Peter Okoye's ex-wife is in Atlanta with his children. Peter Okoye, who happens to would have been in, the city, went ahead to celebrate these children on their birthday. This video is quite funny because when he came to celebrate the children, one of the children thought that he was their father, that's Paul Okoye, and also sparked a debate online that why would the children think that this is Paul? Does that mean that Paul has been absent for a while? Because no matter how twinning you are with your brother, or how both of you are twins, your children should be able to differentiate between you two because you have a bond that is not the same as what you have with your and not the same as what your brother would have with your children. Let's take a look at this video. I think overall, I'm just excited to see that the parents can have issues, but the children shouldn't have issues with their uncles, shouldn't have issues with the adults because their parents are having issues. Besides, Peter Okoye has said he can understand that he doesn't have issues with his brother Paul Okoye. Rather, the person he has issues with actually is the older brother Jude Okoye. Anyways, it was beautiful to see Peter turn up for his niece and nephew in that manner. I think I really love to see them like that. And we hope that this peace and unity between the children and the parents and of course the uncles and aunties continue to last. Aside from Peter Okoye, we also had his wife, um, Lola, wish these children a happy 8th birthday. And always, that is that for that. I'm talking about marriages. Moving on to our next story. This one is Yinka Faison, who has now publicly apologized to her ex. It's just sad that we have to call him our ex at this point. In a video where she said, that she was hurt and she reacted because she was hurt. Now, after their breakup, obviously that was caused by she dropping May Doche's number on social media, and having issues with May Doche on social media and being attacked by fans. Lins had, made a video. No, had commented that he had broken up with her over the issue she was having on social media with May Doche's fans. She seems to have not been so good with the outcome of that situation. So she had gone on, podcasts, gone on interviews to say some things about the Doce family. She called on Lindsay Doce for wanting to marry women for green cards and plenty other, accusations. Liz, on the other hand, didn't say a word or,
I will say it now, Link. I am so sorry for hurting you. In any way I've hurt you, please kind of find it in your heart to forgive me. That was never the intention. When we came on social media, it was to share a love that we thought was beautiful. So, again, I'm sorry. Anybody disseminating information or saying mean things about Link is not acting on my behalf. I've forgiven him. I hold no grudges. He's an awesome man. He's a kind man. And again, I apologize for anything I said or did to hurt him. And I wish all of you, it's a beautiful day in Minnesota. I wish all of you a beautiful, beautiful day. You take care. God bless you.
in all honesty, I don't know what to say. I don't know what my opinion is supposed to be on this one because I feel like she's a woman who actually has been torn because of her breakup with a man, they're barely been engaged, and all of that. So I can understand her reacting out of that. And sometimes you really can't tell people how to react when you're in pain. But at the same time, the beginning of this issue was all from her because I don't see why you go dragging a woman who wasn't even dragging you on social media. Like, why would you be dragging? Everyone knows Maya Doche doesn't respond to criticism on social media. So why would you go dragging the woman on social media? Even if something must have happened between the both of you, it is best that you approach it from the inside rather than on social media. Because so far as the other person is not responding, the rest of the people on social media will think that you're the crazy one or you're the troublemaker. So whatever must have happened between them, I do hope that in future, Lins and Yinka will be able to come back together. Hopefully, she's learned from her mistakes. Thank you very much for being a part of entertainment. Now we've had an amazing time. I hope you have as well. We're moving on to other broadcasts for the day, but for now, I have to say my goodbyes. I hope you can follow us on social media. Follow me on Facebook, Vera Philip, and on Instagram, Vera Philip _MGC. We'll be back Thursday, Thursday's edition of Entertainment Now. But until then, have an amazing rest of your day. Bye for now.